Thanks, Ron.
If there's one good thing that's good for your health, at least your mental health, it's watching good movies. That's why 2024 is being considered the healthiest year ever. And do you know about all the movies that will be released in this historic year? If you're in doubt or want to know everything about the most incredible releases of this year, you already know. Stick with us until the end. The Kasag Grandes, the movie. If you're a fan of The Loud House, we have good news. I mean, excellent news. Netflix has confirmed that in March 2024, The Kasag Grandes, the movie, will be released. In this epic adventure, Ronnie Ann, who has always been tough, will face pre-adolescent demigods alongside members of her extremely fun, large, and chaotic family. This is definitely one of the movies I won't miss watching. Kung Fu Panda 4. If there are two things animation fans love, it's comedy and action. And when you have both in the same film, it's practically a perfect combo. That's exactly what Kung Fu Panda 4 is all about. In March, the fourth installment of The Dragon Warrior hits theaters, and we'll see Po searching for a successor to his mantle as protector of the Valley of Peace, while facing off against the franchise's ultimate villain, the Chameleon. And to be honest, it's going to be really cool to see Tai Lung once again, although I'm much more of a Po fan.
Skadoosh. Stand back. I'm gonna kick my butt.
Spider-Man 3, Beyond the Spiderverse. If you haven't watched the first two Miles Morales movies yet, you don't know what incredible movies you're missing. Released in 2018 and 2023, they are simply amazing. And to end the trilogy on a high note and try to save his father's life, it will definitely be worth following the outcome of this adventure. And who knows, maybe even seeing Miles and Gwen becoming a couple that practically everyone ships since the first movie. In March 2024, we will find out how all of this will end. And who knows, maybe another trilogy is starting. Ghostbusters Ice Apocalypse. If you, like me, are a fan of Stranger Things, you must be counting the days to see Mike, or rather Finn, capturing terrifying ghosts. And it's funny to remember that in the series, before the first movie, he dressed up with the other boys as Ghostbusters. In this new movie, the ghost hunters will face an entity that wants to lead humanity into a new ice age, and the scenes from the movie promise to send shivers down the spine of anyone watching. In March 2024, we will see how this incredible adventure unfolds and how they will save the world once again. At least, that's what we hope will happen. Garfield. Since the trailer for the new Garfield movie was released, fans of animated movies and fans of the world's laziest cat have been eager to see how Garfield will survive an adventure alongside his irresponsible father and his ever-faithful friend Odie. This is a question that still has no answer, but surely this promises to be one of the most entertaining movies of 2024 and will be released in theaters in May. I'll eat my lasagna while I wait. Inside Out 2. Speaking of fun movies, surely one of the most anticipated ones will come right after. That's because in June, we will finally have the chance to see Riley 2 years older and all her old and, who would have thought, new emotions. According to the trailers and teasers we've had so far, we can see that Riley is becoming an even better hockey athlete, and surely this will mess with her mind, as well as a possible romance that is almost certain to happen. I don't know about you, but I'm very excited to see this amazing sequel to one of my favorite Disney PIXAR movies. And if you also enjoy animated movies, subscribe to the channel here so you don't miss our next videos. Deadpool 3. Speaking of Disney, in the wake of the company, in the following month, July 2024, we will have another release of a slightly more adult and violent movie, based on the craziest anti-hero in comics, Deadpool. And the new thing this time is the almost omnipresent and immortal presence of the toughest and most famous X-Men of all time, Wolverine. Seeing these two together will be simply sensational, and it's not just me who thinks so. Millions of fans who will watch the movie as soon as it's released in theaters think the same. July is the month of crazy heroism once again. Mufasa. Still talking about Disney movies, we will have another live action from the Lion King franchise being released. But this time it won't be a sequel, but rather a prequel, which are those movies that tell stories that take place before the ones we watched in the first movie. And the new movie will tell the story of the childhood and youth of the incredible King Mufasa, the greatest among all lions, and how his brother Scar became the villain that we all, without exception, hate in Simba's movies. The movie, despite being for children, promises to be memorable and profound. July 2024 will be its release, and I'll make sure to see it in theaters because I'm a huge fan of everything related to the Lion King. Despicable Me 4. Now, let's talk about the movie that's simply the most talked about film of 2024, and it couldn't be different, right? After all, who doesn't want to watch the Minions, Gru, and his family once again, with the addition of the newest family member? This time we know that Gru and the family will need to hide from Maxime Le Mal, an old colleague and Gru's enemy seeking revenge. In addition, we also have the new character Poppy, who supposedly is just Gru's neighbor, but I think she's somehow related to him since she's also an aspiring villain and a huge fan of Gru. In July 2024, we'll be able to uncover all these mysteries and check out this super film. The Wild Robot. We've talked about Disney and Illumination, now it's DreamWorks' turn. In September 2024, the company that has always been Disney's biggest competitor will have its big release, The Wild Robot. The film will tell the story of how Rosm 7134, called Roz, an autonomous robot, ends up stranded on a deserted island and has to learn to deal with wildlife. Moreover, she will become the adoptive mother of an orphaned goose named Brightbill. The film promises amazing effects and a very cool story. If you've made it this far, it's because you love movies just like us. If that's true, comment down below, #movie, and tell us which movie from this list you want to watch the most so we can know. Beetlejuice II. Moving away from action and diving into comedy, this one promises to be the craziest movie of 2024. Even crazier than Deadpool himself because, if you didn't know, Beetlejuice is the funniest, craziest, and most disturbed ghostly being in Hollywood history. The film will be a sequel to the movie released in 1988, bringing the protagonist now as an adult and mother of a girl who will be tormented by the same Beetlejuice just like her mother was. And this girl will be none other than the superstar Jenna Ortega. Man, how I love her movies and series. Additionally, the girl from the 1988 movie, and now Jenna Ortega's mother, is Winona Ryder, who plays Joyce, Will's mother from Stranger Things. In other words, in November 2024, we'll have the perfect mix of suspense, horror, and comedy all in the same film. Moana II. And now let's talk about the most shocking movie of 2024, Moana II, because Disney simply took everyone by surprise and announced out of nowhere that in November 2024, it will release the sequel to the 2016 film Moana. This after some time ago announcing the live-action film that will also be released but in 2025. Regarding the 2024 film, it will be completely animated, just like the 2016 one, and will continue the story from where the last movie left off. Initially, Disney was going to release an animated series of Moana on its streaming platform, but ended up changing it to a film. And honestly, I think it was a great decision because I'm a huge fan of the Adventurous Princess film, especially since I heard that maybe in Moana 2, we'll see Moana and Maui becoming a couple. Will we? I'd love to see that. And you? Wicked, Part 1. For fans of The Wizard of Oz or Ariana Grande, in November 2024, the film that will tell how the Wicked Witch of the West and the Good Witch of the South, Elphaba and Glinda, meet and become friends will be released. The film will be a musical and will show how Elphaba ended up becoming the villain of the story. Sonic 3. Ever heard the phrase, "the last shall be first"? Well, when it comes to the Sonic 3 movie, this is absolutely true. The movie, which will be released in December 2024, will bring the fastest hedgehog of all who is capable of beating anyone in a speed race. The film promises to be an incredible adventure, as it is confirmed that the supervillain Dr. Robotnik will resurface, God knows how, from the ashes. In addition, we'll have one of the strongest characters from the game making his debut, Shadow. A rival of Sonic, the shadowy hedgehog has a deep and very dark history with the Robotnik family, besides being considered one of the main defenders of planet Earth. And let me tell you the truth, I'm counting the months until December comes to check out this story that will be really cool. The Day the Earth Exploded, Looney Tunes. Warner Brothers is still keeping the information about this super movie that's almost finished under wraps. But we know that the story will involve Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Petunia, and an unknown alien invader. Which, to be honest, reminds me a lot of Duck Dodgers Adventures, a super funny animated series that had Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, and Marvin Martian as protagonists. The film will be entirely animated with no human participation and will arrive between September and November 2024 in theaters. These are the 15 most anticipated movies of 2024, and I'm definitely gonna watch all of them. And you? The video is ending, but we've left 2 incredible videos for you to keep enjoying our content. Just choose one of them and keep having fun. Thanks, and see you next time!